welcome. If this is your first time on my channel, my About page explains what this channel is all about. During my childhood, I remember seeing hair loss infomercials on TV, mostly by Hair Club for Men, which included pools and lots of men in bikinis attempting to prove that they are not afraid of the water. And an episode of America's Funniest Home Videos featuring the infamous hair in a can spray on hair, which, at the time, I thought was just black spray paint. I was quite aware that hair loss would most likely be in my future. Male pattern baldness runs in my family, which includes my dad and both grandfathers. So I pretty much braced myself, knowing that the chance of me being next in line was very high. Amazingly, my dad's brother avoided the genetic bullet, and as a result still has a full head of hair. I remember back when I was a kid, that my dad rocked the comb-over hairstyle, which would get extremely messy when we were outside in the wind. I vowed to never be like my dad when it came to the hair department, unless it's for the sake of comedy. If you've ever seen the movie Kingpin with Bill Murray and remember the scene where he's bowling and his comb-over steals the scene, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'll include a link to the comb-over scene in the description below. I watched it in the movie theater and remember laughing so hard that I could barely breathe while the scene was playing. Once my hair started miniaturizing, it would always look messy. One day at work, I remember my boss told me that I should comb my hair, because he didn't realize that my hair was miniaturizing. All the combing in the world would not help. So I started wearing a company ball cap with the logo of my company, and that took care of the messy hair problem. Around that time, there were often infomercials playing on TV about low-level laser therapy. I knew about pharmaceuticals like finasteride and minoxidil, but for me, those were out of the question, because I get paranoid about things, like I still have a fear of being abducted by aliens. I was traumatized as a kid after watching a movie called Intruders. My paranoia extends to health, so I'm not the type of person who would be willing to take drugs or get a hair transplant. It's probably not severe enough to the point where I would end up getting diagnosed as being a hypochondriac. But I just tend to worry about things, like my dad had an appendicitis when he was younger, so anytime I feel a pain on my right side, I get worried about my appendix. I don't smoke, I don't drink alcohol, or do any other drugs. I eat a healthy, balanced vegan diet, consisting of mostly whole foods. For exercise, I walk a lot, and also do sporty activities like shoot hoops. Low-level laser therapy has no side effects, so my naive self of the past figured that it was worth a try, assuming that it may succeed at saving my rapidly miniaturizing hair before getting any worse, and thus too late. Restoring the hair back to its former glory was my goal. I was mistaken in my assumption that the plan would work. It was the most amount of money I wasted in my life. It cost about $4,000. I went into the clinic quote-unquote for sessions, where I totally recall that they covered my head with a big machine that made me feel like I was in the movie Total Recall. They also gave me a laser comb to use on myself at home, some kind of liquid to put on my head, but I can't remember what it was. It had a strong smell, and they also gave me DHT blocking shampoos. After a year of treatment, I noticed that my crown may have improved somewhat, but my hairline did not, so I considered it a failure. I don't regret trying out the low-level laser therapy, since it led me down the path to where I am today. I lead an easy, minimalistic, low-maintenance life that I don't take for granted. I got tired of wasting my time using the laser comb. So I just reminded myself that headwear gives me the exact look that I like, which I actually prefer over hair. And I'm lucky since I'm in a position where the majority of my jobs allow me to wear headwear, so I'm able to wear headwear 95% of the time anyways. And when I'm not allowed to wear headwear, then I can have fun making people laugh with my beautiful luscious bald skullet mullet. I reeled in my ex-girlfriend when I was already balding badly, so that wasn't an issue. I just wanted to look the way I like. For myself, not for anybody else, and my wish came true thanks to headwear. Which allows me to have the bangs I've always enjoyed. Oh. And also headwear type bangs. Thanks for watching, until the next video.